This is East Idaho Eats with Natalia Hepworth.
I'm Natalia Hepworth and Shelley, getting ready for another East Idaho Eats. Today we're at Desi's Custom Cakes, and I'm with an award-winning cake maker, Desi. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell me a little bit about how you got started in the cake business.
So, I really started when I was about 12. I used to bake a chocolate cake for every birthday party that we had in our family, and I loved it. I would bake it, and my mother would clean up the mess. So I started having a love for baking at that age, and then as I have just gotten older, I've just continued with it, and I love it, and I love creating, and that's how it started. Whenever I'm coming up with a new recipe, like I have a carrot cake, and when I first started, it was good. It was my grandma's recipe. It was really good, but whenever I'd go to put it into a cake pan and try to make it thick, it wouldn't. It was only going to be about this thick. And so sometimes you have to just keep playing with it. And so sometimes I'm like, I would add a little more flour to it. I, would tweak just different things. Maybe I wanted the baking soda a little higher. It just depends on what you're doing. But I think whenever you're making a cake, it's really important that you test it out and then you find the right recipe for it.
About the designs that we have on the counter, okay. And you do sugar work and fondant and all these other different things that I'm not familiar with, so you're gonna have to explain it to me.
So a lot of this stuff, like if you'll see this one over here, this is all in fondant, and then it's got gum paste, which is sugar. This one's, a lot of it is made out of Rice Krispies to help form some of these shapes in here. They're made out of fondant. They're made out of special wafer paper that we use. These boots back here with the hat, they actually are all out of fondant on the outer edge, and they can be made out of cake, the inside of them going up, or they could be made out of Rice Krispies depending on how long you want it to, to stay.
We move behind the counter.
I've already started cutting, but I'll wait.
It's okay. I'm excited to try it. So tell me again about what you were saying about the carrots in your cake.
Okay, so with the carrots, sometimes whenever you're making carrot cake, you can shred your carrots, you can chop them, you can do whatever you want to them. But I have found that if I actually use a food processor and I really grind them, I blend them down really well, that it's almost starting to do, when you're using it, you'll start seeing it starting to puree right at the very bottom of all of my carrots, and it just makes it a little sweeter. It really does. Whenever your carrots are even in baby food, I've even heard people that will put baby food for their carrots in their cake, and I'm like, wow, but it helps, it just makes it sweeter.
I need 2 bites.
So you can
This
have
is
a bunch.
amazing.
You can take some home to your dad, because I did the nuts are chopped up better, okay? Maybe he won't get grouchy.
No, this is wonderful. So you ground down the pineapples. Did you say that earlier?
I just do I
can't see them. It tastes so good.
It's not a shredded. I do more of a shredded pineapple in it. And even the coconut, there's also coconut in there. I always make sure that I don't like the long stringy ones. It's good,
right.
And some people like that, but I know whenever I'm
and it's
cutting
not too
cakes
sweet and not too bland.
It is.
It's just
yummy,
perfect.
huh? Isn't that good?
It's great.